Hello, everyone at home. Today we are starting our next lesson. Our lesson is going to be short today. We had guidance first, so that means that we lost half of our math class. So here we go. Today's lesson, we are talking about strategies to build or to multiply by 4 and by 6. So that's what our I can statement is, that we can use strategies to multiply by 4 and 6. Today, as we begin our lesson, we're going to look at these 4 arrays. Notice how it says hidden arrays. So inside of those arrays of 4 by 7, there are other arrays hiding. So I want everyone to look at the board and to think carefully about this. You see the 4 arrays. I want you to think about different ways we could divide this. Got to get a marker here. There we go. So I'm looking at my first number, 4. I know that half of 4 is 2. So if I think about this array, what are the dimensions of that one? I have crickets right now. Nobody wants to answer. I have just circled part of the array. We know this is a 4 by 7 array. What is 4 by 7? 4 times 7. Everybody, shout it out. 28. But no, not everybody knows 4 times 7. So if we take the 4 and divide it in half, what is the array that I circled? David?
2 by 7.
It's a 2 by 7. And then I can circle this part again. And I have another 2 and 7. And we know that 2 plus 2 is 4. So when we multiply by 2's, what do we call that? Starts with a D. When we multiply by 2's, what do we call that? Kiona? Good try. Reese? Doubling, okay. A bunch of hands went down. So when we're doubling, how many doubles do I have going on right here? Thank you. Put your fingers up. Show me. I don't know if you heard me or if you heard whoever shouted it out, but we have 2. So when we multiply by 4, we can say that we have a double. So this is actually called a double. Are there other hidden arrays in here? Do we have to divide it like this? What are some other ways we can do this? Who'd like to come up and divide this array into another set of dimensions? Luke, come on over. So you can just draw a line. Okay, that's what we did. But that's okay.
So this one?
So Luke's divided this into a 2 and a 2, so that equals 4 by 7. 2 times 7 equals 14. 2 times 7 equals 14. 14 plus 14 equals 28. What's a new way we can do this? David? Okay, so what are the dimensions of this one?
4 and 3.
Okay, so we have a 4 and a 3. What are the dimensions on that side?
4 and 4.
4 and 4. So 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 4 is 16. 12 plus 16 equals 28. Let's think about going this way once. What if I divide it there? What would that array be? Phoenix?
1 times 7 and 3 times 7?
He says 1 times 7 and a 3 times 7. 1 times 7 equals 7. 3 times 7 is what? 21. 7 plus 21 is 28. Looking at our number line, I want you to think about how we could possibly do our number line. So we could think of it like this, where we have a jump of 7. And then we can do another jump of 7, because 7 plus 7 is 14. But notice that this is a 14 up here, so I think I can make another jump of 7, or another jump of 14. And then we get right to 28. With the ratio table at the bottom, one group of 7 is 7. If I'm going to double it to have 2 groups, if one group of 7 is 7, 2 groups of 7 are what? 14. I could go on to 3 groups of 7, or I can see that I can double this and have 4 groups of 7, which is 28. So when we're multiplying by 4s, we're actually doing a double-double, because we're doubling and then we're doubling again. I want you to think about this now. We have 6 times 8. Did you notice how you guys have had these before? What does this box represent? People who are talking in the middle table. What does this box, what's in that box? Can you remember it from the game you played yesterday? Reese. It is 6 times 8, but what if we look at just from here to here, or from here to here? How much is that? Kiona?
5.
It is 5. So this box right here is 5 times 5. Or if I just look at it this way, what if I go this way? And I look at this group. I have a 5. How long is it this way? David?
5 and 8.
8. Well, that sounds pretty. We know our multiplying by 5. So 5 times 8 is what, everyone? 40. And then we have one last little group, which is 8. So what is 40 plus 8? Yes. 48. So we add those together. The main 2 boxes I want to talk about is that when we are working with 4s, we're thinking of a double and a double. When we're working with 6s, we're thinking of a group of 5 plus another set. But we can multiply, or we can do this in other ways too. What are some other ways that we can divide this up? Now let's do our number line on the bottom, and then we'll divide it up in other places. This is telling us 5 times 8 is 40. 5 times 8, and that equals 40. And then we do jump one set of 8. To set up our ratio table, we always want to get a 1 up on top if we can. One group of 8 is 8. We knew 5 groups of 8 are 40. Look at this. What does that equal if we're adding? David? 6. So if I just added the 2 right here, what should I do with these 2? Adrian? And that equals 48. So when we think about multiplying by 6, if you don't know the answer, you can multiply by 5 and then add a set. Okay, now that we've talked about this part, so we can think, and remember, 5s are like a half of 10. So we would call this half, 10, and a set. The hardest part is to remember what the set is. Okay, now that we've done that, let's figure out different ways to divide up 6 times 8. Who wants to come up and draw a line and make a new array? What's hidden inside? Okay, David, come on over. Where do you want to draw a line?
Wait, which one?
Any of those. Look at that, E. Divided it in half, so we have a group of 3 and a group of 3. Huh. So 3 and a 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. What goes on the top, sir?
8.
8. What is 3 times 8?
24.
It is 24. What is 3 times 8 on the bottom then?
24.
Yeah. 24 plus 24.
48.
Okay. So there's another strategy. He divided the 6 in half to smaller and easier to work with numbers. What's another way we can divide this up besides David? Luke. David had a turn. Oh, true. Luke had a turn or two. So Luke, how are you going to divide this up? Can't do it this way or this way. Your choice.
Do I have to make it even? Or both?
You have to draw a straight line whether you go this way or you go that way. Oh, well now he divided that in half. We've got a 4 and a 4. Okay, Luke, how long is the side? 6. What is 4 times 6? 24. What's 4 times 6 again? 24. What is 24 plus 24? I think we've done that once already today. Okay, now I need somebody else who wants to draw a line. Okay, Phoenix, come up and draw a line. Okay, so how did you divide it this time?
2 6. No, 2 8s and 4. 4.
Okay, so he has a 2. He has a 4, and he has an 8 on top. What is 4 times 8?
32.
32. What is 2 times 8?
16.
32 plus 16. Again, it's 48. So all of these arrays are being shown that we have arrays hiding on the inside. Remember, our arrays need to be rectangles or squares. A square is a special kind of rectangle. Same here. We have our lines drawn so that they are straight, making rectangles. So that was a very short lesson, which works out well because we have to move on to a game that we're going to learn. Oh, no, another game. Oh, no, another game. Oh, dear. So with this game, it actually goes quite fast. In this game, it's a chance for you to practice your multiplication facts. So you're practicing all the way from 0 to 12. Notice that there's a little circle in the middle that has no number. So to play this game, oh, I should pull my folder over because it always tells us how to play it on the outside. In this game, 2 students need 1 game sheet. 2 students need 1 game sheet, girls. You need 2 dice, numbered 1 through 6, and you need pencils. There isn't any coloring involved on this one. So, it's actually fairly easy to do. Because you have 2 dice you're going to roll together. Oh my goodness, I might have to put this on pause so I can yell at the class because they're so noisy. I guess that's all I had to say. People at home, can you hear them? So what you do, 1 player rolls the dice and adds the 2 numbers and writes the sum of the numbers in the center of the wheel. So what does it mean to roll the dice and write the sum? Write the, somebody please raise your hand. Reese, the answer to what? Not a subtraction, not dividing, not multiplication. What's left? Addition, because a sum means that you are adding. So it is the answer when you add. It is the total when you add. So I have 6 plus 1. That is what, everybody? So this is a 7's multiplication wheel. So then what you're going to do is work together to solve each fact. It works like this. 7 times 4 equals what? We just had 7 times 4. It is 28. Okay. Oh, do I know 7 times 10? Oh, I gotta write my fact. Wait, I gotta write my fact. 7 times 4 equals 28. Okay, now do we know 7 times 10? 70. 7 times 10 equals 70. Okay, do we know 7 times 2?
Yes.
What's that? 14. 7 times 2 equals 14. Let's pretend we don't know what 7 times 7 is. Okay, so we'll just leave that blank. Let's go to 7 times 5. Do we know that one? Okay, what is that? 35. 7 times 5 equals 35. 7 times 11. Oh my goodness, that's really big. David, 77. A lot of people said that. 77. 7 times 11 equals 77. Oh, 7 times 1. We know that one. That is 7 times 1 equals 7. Oh dear. Let's pretend we don't know that one. So let's move on to, okay, everybody, here's 7 times 6. What is it?
42.
Try it again. 7 times 6.
42.
6 times 7.
42.
42 divided by 6.
7.
42 divided by 7. 6 times 7. I have to say that when I checked your multiplication papers, a lot of you did now know what 7 times 6 is. What's our new one that we're working on? What is 7 times 8?
56.
7 times 8 is?
56.
8 times 7. 56. 56 divided by 7. 56 divided by 8. 7. 7 times 8. Yeah, we don't know that one very well. I'm going to have to make you guys do some sort of motion again. Okay, so we know 7 times 6 is 42. 7 times 3, 21. 7 times 3 equals 21. Oh, here's that one. 7 times 8. We don't know that one very good. What's 7 times 0? 0. 7 times 0 equals 0. Okay, look at this. We've got 2 7s again. I think that there's a mistake. I'm not positive of this. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One of these needs to be a 9. So there's a mistake on my copy. I think that it has been fixed on the website. It's just that this is a very old copy. So I'm going to make this one a 9. When you receive your papers, you will have to change the 7 next to the 0 into a 9. So now I have some answers or some products I don't know. Let's think of this. Can we use something on here to help us understand what we don't know? because we're trying to figure out 7 times 9, 7 times 7, and 7 times 12. With the strategies we've been working with, will any of these work? Okay, I don't want you to give me answers. I want you to give me strategies. What do you think, Phoenix?
For 7, you can just add 7 to 6 times 7. So just basically add 7.
Does anybody notice this? 5 plus 2 is 7? Huh. Think that'll work?
Sure. Let's try it.
Okay.
49.
So let's try this. 35 plus 14 equals.
49.
Okay, for those of you that know that, did that work?
Yeah.
So you can actually use this wheel to figure this out. Phoenix was figuring it out another way. Phoenix was saying that he knew 7 times 6, and then he was going to also add a 7 times 1 so that he could get that. So how can we figure out 7 times 9 besides using the fingers trick?
Yeah, it's just a basic.
How many of you wanted to use the fingers trick? Oh, a whole bunch of hands went in the air.
I just did.
For those of you at home who don't know the fingers trick, remember you start with your left hand and you count. Okay, so it's 7 times 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I did that wrong. Oh, I did that right. So then you count it'd be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. 1, 2, 3, 63. That's what the nines trick is. But let's think about another way that we can use this. Can we go with what Phoenix was saying before, where we could use 70 and then we can subtract one group of 7? Okay. Because we can't even use 8. We don't know what the 8 is. Okay, let's see. So we've got this one figured out. And we have to get on, we don't have 7 times 8 on here. 7 times 8. So now that we know what 7 times 7 is, can we count by 7s to get to the next number? Okay, so what is 7? Okay, so everybody, here we go. Here's that new fact we're learning. 7 times 8 is? 7 times 8 is? 8 times 7?
56.
I love it. We got people making motions, because when you make motions to learn it, you're going to learn it faster. So 56 divided by 7? 8. 56 divided by 8? 56 divided by 7? 56 divided by 7? 7 times 8? 56. We learned 42 like this, Mrs. Novi.
I was here.
Oh, that's right.
I learned 42 like that.
Okay. Oh, Carter's putting his arms up too. Okay, so we know this one is 56. And now what do we do about this? 7 times 12. What are some strategies we could do to figure this one out? Phoenix.
You can add 7 to 11 times 7.
Do you see what he saw right there? 11 plus 1 is 12. 77 plus 7 is 84. You can use this wheel to help you. So if you have to use the wheel to help you, this is a way to practice your multiplication facts with a friend. For some of you out there who are really good with your multiplication facts, I would suggest then that you're working on the facts that are more difficult, like putting a 7, an 8, or a 12 in the center and not even roll your dice. For some of you who just are really struggling with your math facts and you get a large number, maybe your partner might be very, very nice and let you have something like a 3, a 4, or a 6. But this is a chance to practice, and look at this. There's another chance on the back. Okay, so those of you at home, we're going to play our math game for the rest of the time, and then we will see you tomorrow.
Bye.